This episode of the Triangle Offense podcast is hosted and sponsored by Unheralded Media. Unheralded Media is a digital media collective formed all by the love of basketball. So if you make videos, podcasts, articles, or you're a photographer or a videographer, and you love and specialize in making content surrounding the game of basketball, come to Unheralded and we'll host and sponsor your content. Whether it's NBA, WNBA, NCAA, or even the high school level, we'll take in your content and you can join us and form a special community. So if you do want to join, DM us at Unheralded on Instagram, Twitter, and all the other social media platforms you can find on our website, www.unheralded.xyz/web. Thank you for listening. Welcome back to the Triangle Offense podcast, where every episode our special guest is Drew Holiday. How y'all feeling today?
It's good, yeah.
I'm good.
Drew, how you
everybody.
feeling, bro?
Don't call me Drew.
We
Never
got
call
a
me.
show for y'all today. We're gonna do our big rankings. But before we go into that, I just want to say preseason started. NBA basketball is officially back. We had some teams play. We got the Mavs, we got the Timberwolves. They in Abu Dhabi. Feel me? We had some Chris Paul Warrior action last night. We had some Laker action. We about to have some Celtics, Raptors, Kings, all that.
Grizzlies.
How y'all feeling? How y'all like what y'all see so far?
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I saw what I was saying earlier. I like,
Oh, sorry.
yeah, I like how he looks so far. Yeah, I know how critical I was of the Twins being such high picks because I don't think they played comp um before they got here. So, but so far I like what I see from him. I doubt I'll get anything different from his brother, but then again, they're two different people, so just gotta watch and see. Um,
High basketball IQ though.
Nah, yeah, the IQ is definitely there. He's just like from what I see so far, he's complete. Like he gets it on both ends of the floor, can shoot the ball well. He got a nice little handle on him, and his frame. If he gets bigger, he's gonna be a problem. He got nice speed, so I just like what I see so far. He keeps up with the game really well for somebody who didn't play like D1 level before they got into the league.
What you thinking, bro?
It's early. I'm not really gonna speak too much on it. I seen some guys struggling that I thought was gonna for me coming from the jump, but like I said, it's early, so I'm not really gonna say too much off the rip. I'm gonna just let it play out for a little bit
I'm gonna
longer.
say I'm gonna say first off, Cam Reddish looks absolute boo boo.
I just
I'm
said, I
sorry.
just said, I just said that some guys, I wanted to, feel me, I
I
wanted them
can't
to go
hold my
off,
tongue, bro. Like,
but you just got to get comfortable. I'm not gonna say too much. I'm gonna let it play out.
Yeah, with Cam, I
Uh,
think he never got a chance to get comfortable with a team in general. Like he never got
exactly.
so like this is going to be his first year where he's actually getting real minutes. So like I think we
bro,
got to.
but they were saying that when he got sent to the Knicks, and then the Knicks didn't play him, bro, and then
Yeah, that's
Nah, I
Portland
feel like
didn't play
nah, the
him,
Lakers.
bro.
I feel like the Lakers is gonna play him now.
Lakers are going to play him. They gave him the money he got. I don't see why they were not going to play him.
It's like he's playing behind Reeves. He playing behind all the rings they got, bro. It's like he's not about to see no minutes, especially in
But
the playoffs. Forget that, bro.
I mean, if he's playing, we can say the same about Reeves though. Like Reeves wasn't getting no
Nah,
minutes.
nah, you can't say that about all three.
not
Reeves worked his way into the rotation for real though.
he worked his way into the rotation, but like
He
it's
got
kind of
lucky too, bro.
yeah
It was
yeah
such a weird situation. It's like he
yeah
just
'cause
popped off out of nowhere.
yeah, and then the Lakers situation last year they had to dig deep into their rotation. So like it's kind of different. This year they got a lot of good pieces. They don't necessarily have to do that. So
True. You
One
gonna
more
see.
thing before we get up into the rankings, Mike Peyton Pritchard just fleeced $30 million, bro. What are you feeling? 30 million to not play is crazy.
They better
uh
play him.
nah, they're playing him. If Look, if our starters are going to be Drew White and Derek, I mean I said Drew White. If it's gonna be Drew Holiday and Derek White, there's no way he's not getting minutes. I feel like that's why he got the money. Like. I don't see why they both of them would start and he's not going to get minutes. It just doesn't make sense to me. So
I
he's
just
definitely.
think. Nah, go ahead.
Yeah, I think he's gonna play. He's gonna play, and I think he's gonna show up. He gonna average 13 this year. That's my ceiling for him.
I feel like for them to give him that money, they had to really sit down with him and be like, "This is the year we finally going to like let you rock," because like he literally asked out. Like I feel like people be forgetting that sometimes. Like he
Yeah.
legitimately demanded for a trade,
Yeah,
and he's still here
I
2 years later. So it's like something about to happen.
yeah, he did. Yeah, like he definitely averaged out, and it wasn't even on no like, oh, I don't want to be here type of thing. He just wanted to have a bigger role. So now they're like, all right, we about to give you that bigger role. So I think he gonna do like average 13, and I'm content with that.
All right. So with these lists, y'all want to start where y'all want to start? Y'all want to start from the biggest down?
Before we get to the list, Drake
Sir.
album for mid.
Bro. Come on, bro.
But
Come on, bro.
I just have to say that.
Come on, bro. So we doing bigs. We doing centers. We doing centers forwards.
Want to go center down or small forward up?
I feel
center
like
down.
small forward is like that's like the heavy hitters for real.
Yeah. I was about. Actually,
All right. Y'all want to do honorable mentions or y'all just want to run the tens?
I didn't do no honorable mentions.
I mean, I got a couple honorable mentions that I could talk about for mine that I saw.
I gotta look at that depth chart again. I can't because I ain't doing no honorable mentions.
I had like one for each position just in case like I had to bring it up. Feel me?
I feel you. I feel you.
But all right, let's run them tens. Who want to go first?
We all right. Just to be clear for everybody, we did this based off the ESPN depth chart. So if y'all are confused about why this player is at this position and why this player isn't ranked at this position, we went based off the ESPN depth chart. So just to put that out there for any confusion. But how we doing this? We gonna just say our 10, or we gonna say like one, and then we gonna
I
talk
think we
about.
should go. I think we should go one
I
by
think
one.
like
I
we should
think we
all
should go
say,
like
yeah, go ahead.
yeah. I feel like we should all say the number.
Yeah,
Like you feel me?
yeah.
Like for
Like
the
we
10, we should all
we
say
each say who
ours.
we got and
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. All right, better. You want to go first?
Uh, my 10, I got Brook Lopez.
Mm,
You feel me?
I'm feeling crazy.
Runner up
I'm
for
not gonna
Depoy.
lie.
Runner up for Depoy. Stretch the floor. You feel me? I feel as though he had a super solid year last year. And yeah, he averaged 16 and 7, 2.5 blocks. Like that's that's good numbers to me. Who y'all got
Mike,
at 10?
Mike, who you got?
at number 10, I have Jarrett Allen.
Ooh. That
Nah, I
low?
like this. I like this. I like this.
That
Number
low?
Nah. Let him run. Let him run through it.
y'all don't know the names I have on here, but
Okay.
at 10, I got Jarrett Allen. Y'all know how much I love Jarrett Allen, so it's like I wanted to put him higher. Y'all know that, but I just think Jarrett Allen is one of those centers who's going to be perfect at what his job is every single season. He's going to be that rim protector. He's going to be that guy to sit there and get dunk on people. And he has a nice little short corner game, short mid range game. So I give Jarrett Allen that 10 spot.
See, my 10 is Rudy Gobert, bro. And Mike, I know
That
how
was
you
my
are about
honorable
Rudy
mention.
Gobert.
That was my honorable mention. I'm gonna be real.
Bro. I knew he was not going to be on the list. I had to
But
be the one to
you
give
gotta
him the
think,
grace.
Mike. You gotta be honest with yourself, though, bro.
I had
He's
to be
gonna
the
do
one
his
to give
job.
him the grace.
Nah,
He's still an easy double. He's older, so his defense isn't that good as good as it used to be.
His
But
defense was never good.
he's oh my god, bro. It's like the numbers don't lie, bro.
Numbers,
It's like
number
how many depots do you have? He has
three
one
three.
or two.
and
Three?
He
and
got
two
three, bro.
I'm not gonna lie. One of those he definitely deserved. I'm not gonna take that one away from him. But that year where AD was in the running, AD should have won that easy.
I feel like his stock is just low. I feel like Minnesota's a weird place for him, but I feel like his stock has gotten too low to where people start to forget that he's still an impactful player. And when it comes like down the stretch of some games, now in the
Nowhere.
postseason it gets shaky. Feel me? But that was also a
Nobody's
Utah
gonna
thing.
nobody's going down the middle and expecting they just gonna get a free bucket on Rudy. Like
His own teammate
so
said Rudy Gobert don't put fear in his heart, bro. I'm sorry. Nobody's scared
Bro,
of
that's
Rudy.
Anthony Edwards. He just gonna talk. He
But
gonna talk
nobody
how
like,
he
but I'm
see it.
saying nobody says like nobody in the league says, "Oh, Rudy Gobert is in the paint." So I'm gonna like change how I attack that. Nobody league says that. When they think of rim protectors, Rudy Gobert's name doesn't come up amongst NBA players. Now they come up against like analysts and stuff like that, but NBA players, no one
that's a,
thinks
that's a good take. Yeah,
one,
I feel
no
you on
one,
that one.
no one fears Rudy Gobert. So that's just my thing on it.
Right. Y'all want to do like snake order, or y'all want to run it back?
We can just keep going the same. We can keep going the same way.
All right,
Same way.
bet.
At my 9, I got Miles Turner.
I love you, bro. I love you, bro.
You feel me?
I'll let Mike go.
Miles
I'll let Mike go because Miles Turner's my number 9 too. You feel me?
I feel like Miles Turner doesn't get as much appreciation as he should.
He doesn't.
I feel like that also has to do with him being on a semi mid team in Indiana. So his numbers isn't as far. His numbers not off Lopez either. He's at 18 and 8, 2 blocks,
2.3 blocks per game.
65 true shooting percentage. Like I ain't gonna lie, that's
37
great
from
numbers.
3. Like that's Brook Lopez tier as well.
Yeah,
Facts.
yeah.
So that's my number 9.
I like that. I like that. I ain't gonna lie, y'all gonna be surprised where I have him. But uh
My gosh.
I'm
number
top 5.
number 9, I got Clint Capella. Um
That was my honorable mention. I'm not gonna lie.
yeah, number 9, I have Clint Capella because Clint Capella is just one of those guys I think people forget is like just one of those big men who are going to do what he needs to do, just like Jarrett Allen. Um, he's a perfect lob threat for Trae Young. I think he's in a perfect like fit for his abilities. He gets blocks. That's like I said, like that's one guy that people think of and it's like, oh, I'm not gonna try to dunk on him or I'm gonna attack him differently in the league because of his size and has his athletic ability. You know what I'm saying? So
I feel
like,
like I feel like
but
the only reason I didn't really think to put Clint Capella is like I feel like Clint Capella really don't have no identity as a player, like aside from the
That's
guards that he
exactly
played
why.
for. His whole career, he just been a lob merchant. He went from James Harden for all them years straight to Trae Young. Like he been eating his whole career. It's like I don't know who he is as a player other than the
Facts.
lob guy. Feel me?
I understand that, but I also feel like it's just like some like for certain players, like their job is to do what their job is. Like what
Not
like,
weird.
like that's it. Like it's nothing more for them, and I think that's why his stock has been so high for so long because
That is
he's
his that is his identity. If you he's a lob threat.
that's what I'm saying. Like
So
he's just been good at what he does for so long.
yeah.
Like that's why teams respect him and want him. And yeah,
I was
but
I was on the same page with Harold as far as him not being on my list. That was the main reason for him not being on my list. But go ahead, Harold.
I mean, yeah, like that's really how I'm feeling about it. Like I feel like he does deserve that type of respect just because he's been probably the most consistent like role player type big man. But like
Sure.
other than that, like I can't really he don't stand out as like as a star. Feel me?
Should go, Harold.
yeah.
All right, bet. I mean, for my number 8, we doing 8.
Nah, you on 9. We on 9, bro. You said
Bro,
number 9.
I did my 9. I was like
Okay.
me and Hum got the same 9.
Oh, I word.
Yeah.
For number 8, I said, number 8. I put Jared Allen at number 8.
I put Jared Allen at number 8. See,
I feel like
I like what's happening right now.
I feel like his importance for the team, like for Cleveland to be good, Jared has to keep playing the way he's playing. I feel like this year he's gonna elevate more because of he grew into the role that he played in this year. I feel like coming into this next year is gonna he's gonna expand on that. But 14 and 10, a block a game, 67 true shooting percentage. Like I like his numbers too, and he's on a winning team, so
Yeah,
that also gave him a boost for me.
right.
I feel like he had a down year, and so people are really starting to forget about him. But
Mhm.
like, you can't forget like how he was doing like what Clint Capella was doing consistently, but it
At a
was
higher
just
level.
it was at a higher level. It was much more like impactful. Like he
Yeah.
was feared like as his own player in
Yeah,
a lot of parts. So I'm just feeling like if he gets right back to the track he was, where it was like all-star level, and Cleveland meets their expectations a little better, I feel like people are going to start realizing like he's elite for his position.
I like that. I like that. We at 8, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Y'all gonna be like, what? My 8, young big. I don't know how to pronounce his name. He on the
he
Rockets.
about
Alpine
to say
I knew he was gonna say
Sengun,
it.
bro.
I
It's
knew he was
like
gonna say it.
Hold up.
When I was going through the big list, I'm like, let me find out Mike put him like higher than what he's supposed to be.
He's
But go
8.
ahead.
it's like he's not here yet, bro.
Nah, he's
Nah,
not here.
word.
But he's not here yet. But like after, to me, he was outside of Jalen Green. He was the most important like Rocket last year.
That's
He
facts.
and y'all know how I feel about bigs with a high skill set. He's a very skilled big. He does a lot. He can shoot the three. He can shoot the midi. He has vision. So he's a little more athletic than Jokic is. So I this is more of a upside thing with me and how skilled he is at the game. And for somebody
Okay.
so young, I like how he approaches it. He's skilled. He waits till his players are cutting and everything. And now that he has Ime Udoka as his coach, I think he's
He
going
said
to
he's gonna take a big jump.
yeah, I think he's going to take a big jump this year.
With him, I feel like I get like not to put him on Jokic level, but I get Jokic vibe. Like it took Jokic a while to develop as a player,
Exactly.
like to get to that MVP level. So like I see where you're coming from as far as the skill set
Yeah.
and everything.
I just
So
feel like I agree. Like if there's a year for that jump to really start getting momentum, I feel like this is the year because he got the new coach, he got the new point guard. But it's like I gotta see. I need like a real piece of work before you start having conversations. You feel me? I can't be like too preemptive.
Right.
But
Right.
yeah, I
but
couldn't
like
put
I feel like that's not a crazy thing to say. But it's like we gotta get there first.
nah where I feel like I couldn't. I thought about it. I was battling with him and Lopez at 10. But I'm like, he didn't do anything yet. Like Lopez is in contention for Depoy. Like I'm gonna give him his respect. So
Mhm.
that's why I didn't put him on the list.
Number
But for
seven.
my
Number
number
seven.
8, 7, my 4-7.
Yeah.
For my number 7, I got Vucevic at 7.
Yeah, I can't. I can't.
Y'all don't got Vucevic?
Bro, he's mid, bro. Bro,
No,
we
no,
talked
but
about this, bro.
this is my thing though. This is my thing. This is my thing with Vucevic, right? One, he's gonna play. He's gonna be there. He's gonna play games.
Right.
Two, two, he's gonna give you 18 and 11. Like that's great. Like the reason why I have him at 8, I couldn't put him any higher and I couldn't put him any lower. Like I
Mm-hmm.
feel like not putting Vucevic on your list is kind of disrespectful because
Bro,
of
he's not even better
the
than
only reason.
Valanciunas, bro. I'm sorry.
What you say?
He's
You
not
say
even
not better
better than
than Valanciunas.
Valanciunas, bro.
I
Nah,
disagree.
you
Um,
wild.
yeah, I think he's better than Valanciunas. But
It's like they both mid defensively.
but
Not
my
true.
But
Go ahead, Mike.
if anything, Vucevic would have been my honorable mention. Only because, like what you said, like he's going to give you a guaranteed 18 and 11 every night, and he's available. Like one of the best abilities is availability. So,
Facts.
like he's always on the floor. So I understand why he's at 8. I just like me personally, I think he's more of an honorable mention guy. Because Vucevic, since he like was young in the league, had the upside to be something greater than what he is.
And he
So
just hasn't got there.
It's
and
like he
he
just
just has
capped
gotten
out.
it. And he's old now. So it's like
I just feel like I had to pay him his respect because for him to be playing all these games, 18 and 11, like I said, he couldn't be any higher or any lower. So I feel like that was 7 was a good spot for him.
My seven, Bert Lopez. I feel like I know that's kind of high, but like I just like watching him last year, especially when the Bucks was like hobbled during the regular season. He kind of a lot of games he stepped up as a second option. You
right.
know, he's old as hell. He's mad slow, but he was still shooting the ball really good. He still put up like 15 a game. He played 78 games, which is also mad impressive for his age.
Yeah, I think
And then
people
like on top of all of that, like just to be as elite as he is defensively at this point in his career is like mind-boggling sometimes. So I just feel like how his defensive performance last year really boosted him in my opinion. And like going into this year with the new team, I feel like if he still has some of that left in the tank, like it might be even more important than it's been, especially with losing Drew. Like the defense really has to boost even more in some places. So I just feel like if he keeps up the good work, he's solid. He's solid right at that point.
yeah, I agree. I agree. I think that was well said. I don't have anything to input on that. My 7, um, DeAndre Ayton. Um, my 7 is DeAndre Ayton because DeAndre Ayton always had like the skill set and ability. Um, it's just the Suns wasn't really it for him. But this year he's kind of like a second option, or like you can. We don't know how the Portland Trailblazers are going to be yet. We don't know how they're going to use Scoot yet, and everything. We don't know if they're banking on him being the number one option, but he's definitely going to be able to showcase more of what he was doing already at Phoenix. So I I just like DeAndre Ayton at 7 because I don't. He's one of those guys I said I can't put higher and I can't put lower. Um,
I feel
so
you.
that's my number 7.
I feel like and he my number 6. So I'm gonna just defend it and like segue into that. Like for DeAndre Ayton, it's like he was the number one pick. Obviously, it didn't pan out. He's had so many flashes. He's still been at like a 17, 18, 19, and 10 guy throughout
Yeah,
everything in Phoenix. It's so obvious, like the front office, the coach, like the franchise, he just lost interest. It was like a conflict.
yeah.
Um, and it's like now that he obviously he's mad excited to be in Portland. I feel like he's made it a point to show that. So it's like, you know, if you're the player that you say you are and that people expected you to be coming out from college, it's like now is really the time for you to like voice your game and say like I'm an elite center in the league. So I feel like this is like the prime opportunity, even if it's like empty stats, just to like do something. You know what I'm saying? So
True.
You want
What's
to
your
say
7?
you want to say 6 first name?
yeah,
My 6 was Ayton. That's what I had.
yeah,
I had Ayton
yeah.
at 6. I feel like 7 was too low. It was too low for Ayton. For him to be putting up the numbers that he puts up, like Harold said, even though they're empty numbers, but I'm not gonna go too deep into it because Harold said everything I needed to say. But yeah, that's my
Where
6.
like it was a last minute swap between Brook and Aiton for me.
Uh,
Yep.
for my
It was
6,
a last minute swap between my 6 and my 5. But go ahead.
Go ahead, Mike.
For my 6, it's a bonus. Only
That's not low.
it's
That's
low. Listen here, like only reason why he's not higher is because a lot of the reason I feel like the Kings lost.
What's his fault?
Well,
Not his
yes,
fault, but like
not
the lack of skill.
yes. It's
Yeah,
like Kevin Looney and Draymond are leaving him wide open in the
for a
mid
15-footer.
for a 15-footer, and he just can't hit it, and it's just like, bro, I'm looking at it and I'm like, yo, like you're right there, bro. And also it's like he has one move in the post. It's that turnaround to the left hook. And it's like, bro, like Dray, you do that to in front of Draymond 3 times, he's not letting you do it again for the rest of the series. So it's like like for me, he's not higher because he just has to get better. He hits he hits more of those shots consistently that they were willingly giving him. The Kings win that series. So I just think he just has to get better at um hitting those shots. Like you, in my opinion, you can't be a big that's I'm not gonna say he's kind of small, like he's kind of small, but like yeah, but like he's still like 6'11", but like
Yeah, he's 6'11".
by small I mean like um height wise, and he's not that lengthy. So like I feel like you can't be a big that size and be strong but not be able to hit a jump shot from that area. Like you need, like I feel like you need to be able to hit a mid range. You know what I'm saying? So
No, I agree.
that's why he's 6.
I mean, go ahead, home. Go ahead.
What, for 5?
Yeah.
I got Bam on my 5.
Oh.
To me, that's low.
You said
All
that's
right.
low?
All right.
Yes.
All right. We're gonna talk about both because my
It's
five
low.
is my 5 is a bonus. And even though I have him higher, like I do agree with Mike. I feel like with him, it's just like his playmaking is like beyond valuable for his role in Sacramento. I feel like his as a European big, I feel like it's kind of like a stereotypical thing just for them to have like a really good offensive touch. I feel like that's just not his thing. I feel like he still gets the boards and the assists to make up for what he lacks offensively. And I feel like defensively he could still do a little better in some scenarios. But I just feel like his overall game, like the way he could just like stuff a stat sheet, has been like irreplaceable to a lot of the success that Sacramento is seeing. Um, but
Easy.
I feel like with Bam being I couldn't put him higher because he's like, me and Mike talk about this all the time with Bam. Like Bam has so much potential to be like an elite big, like a super elite big, like as far as inside, outside playmaking. Like the way Sabonis numbers is looking, I thought like Bam was gonna be just as up in assists, a little bit more in points. Like he's been consistently the same for the past 6 seasons. So like I couldn't really put him any higher. 20 and 10 or 20 and 9 is super solid, especially for him to be undersized as a center. So I couldn't. That's the highest I could put Bam.
Mike,
Where we at 5, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
My 5 is Miles Turner.
My,
What
Yes.
the heck?
Yes.
Wait, hold
I
up.
forgot
What?
because I was like, if Sabonis 6, then like who jumped? I didn't even PPA say Miles Turner, bro.
My 5
Miles
is,
Turner at 5 is crazy.
I feel like Miles, y'all know how hard I've been on Miles Turner for years. I feel like Miles Turner is one of the most underrated bigs in the league.
Not that underrated.
Mike, say right now, Miles Turner better than Demontis Sabonis.
Right now?
Say it. I want you to say it.
Domantas Sabonis is not better than Miles Turner. I said it
Oh
in
my goodness.
a different sentence structure. Give it some
Right,
stats.
go ahead, bro.
You start
All right.
saying anything.
So I have him at 5 because one, for the modern big skill set, Miles Turner had that since he came into the league, being able to defend the paint, but also being able to space the floor. One I forget which year it was, but one year Miles Turner was one of the best shooting bigs in the league, while also being in contention for Defensive Player of the Year.
That's true.
And like I also think he's just plagued with playing on the Pacers in Indiana. Boston was supposed to have him so many times.
That's what it's about.
But it's not even about that. It's not even about that. But yeah, like I just think he's one of those, in my opinion, like on my list, at least, he's one of those bigs that can guard at least 2 to 5. Maybe not the one very well, but he can stay with guards. I
3
don't,
to 5.
yeah, like 2 to 5.
I think a 2 is beating him at a very high level.
I haven't seen that much. Like if they do beat him, he's right behind them to send that jump. So I don't think there's many bigs in the league that can do that better than him. So and he's been doing that consistently every year he's been in the league. So I can't necessarily see Sabonis or anybody I have lower than him better than.
Like, I'm gonna let you have that, bro. Let's run on fours.
At 4, I got Sabonis. That was my 4.
My four is Bam. I don't think as a full player, his offensive output isn't the same as Sabonis, but like, you know how I feel about people who defend at a high level. I feel like that's the most impactful part of his game thoroughly. And I feel like he still has defensive upside, as crazy as that sounds. I do see him being a player as he becomes more of a veteran, like being like a legitimate like defensive player of the year. Like he's already been close.
Absolutely.
But other than that, like you already said, like how he's limited offensively, he hasn't really taken any jumps. I feel like that's the only thing keeping me from putting him in that like first tier conversation in terms of like big man.
I don't think he can do anything at this point to put himself in that first tier. Like that first tier, the bar is so high. Like one through 3, I feel like realistically speaking, I feel like our 1 through 3 should all be locked for the same like.
Oh, then
For
y'all
the
going.
same
Y'all ain't hear my 4 yet.
I did hear this for you. He about to.
Wait, who's your 4?
But wait. I'm gonna tell
You
you.
gotta say his.
I gotta explain before. My 4 and 3 is based off the last season. Like for those two, I strictly had to like because they're the names is just too like big, but I had to base it off of last season. So for the 4 and the 3 position, like it wasn't based off like in general. I literally had to base it off last season.
Hold up. Before you continue,
Uh-huh.
you might as well after you do your 4, just go straight into your 3 then.
All right, so for 4, I have I'm bugging. I mean, at 4, I have Anthony Davis. Wait. First off, I didn't even want to put Anthony Davis. Wait, I didn't even want to put Anthony Davis at the 5. I thought he was going to be put at the 4 on the depth chart. So the depth chart said he was at the 4, so I was like, all right, then. I mean at the 5, so I was like, all right.
It's not even 3 names to put above Anthony Davis. Who
I
do
think
you
based
put?
off, but like I said, based off last season, I have 3 other people over Anthony Davis.
Say the 3. Say the 3.
Bam, Joel Embiid, and Jokic.
You put Bam over Anthony Davis?
Bam over Anthony Davis? Nah, he got it. Yo, he's good.
Listen, yo, this is why I said what I said, because like I feel like with Anthony Davis, it's a name thing. But
no,
bro, he just had one of his best
no,
defensive
no.
years.
No.
Like here's the
For
thing.
the Lakers?
Oh, what, bro?
Listen, bro. Here's the thing with me with Anthony Davis. My
Oh,
thing,
he averaged 26 and 13 with 2 blocks. Like, what are we talking about? Oh my
Nah,
god.
go ahead. Go ahead. Let him explain himself, bro.
average
Bro, what?
he averaged 26 and 13, right? But how many games did he play? If he played a less amount of games, those numbers are going to be high.
He
And
played 56
He
games,
played
bro.
56. Bro, that's been him his whole career. It's like,
Bro, what, bro? Nah, nah, I ain't gonna lie to you, that's crazy. That's one of the craziest things I've ever heard you say. Like, and as much as we like talk about Bam, like, there's no way he's touching that top 3 list because of the limited and his limited offensive back. Like, you had
had a very underwhelming playoff this year.
who?
AD.
AD is literally the reason for them going to the Western Conference Finals.
I
We
disagree.
we couldn't do we couldn't do nothing to stop him in the first round.
But
He
all right, let's be real about that first round though. Who was killing that first round that y'all really couldn't stop that you always talk about?
D'Angelo Russell.
D'Angelo Russell not hitting those shots. You think you would win?
Yes, but
Okay.
I still feel. But no, 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 no. I gotta give Anthony Davis his credit on that series though. Like,
Okay.
as far as him playing in that series, like
Yes,
he
because a lot his rim protection in that series was great. But then the second series,
5 blocks, 2 blocks, 4 blocks, 3 blocks, 5 blocks. Like, he was going absolutely 7 blocks. Like, he was wilding.
but he was also like offensively, he was very up and down. He always had a game above 20, and then
22, 13, 31, 12, 31, 16.
he was very up and
that's up and
down. That's
down. That's up and down.
like you like for the stature of Anthony Davis that we know he can be, like especially on the offensive end. I don't like. We know Anthony Davis in the playoffs should be giving us like 25 at least a game, but like he's going up, having a good game or like an okay game, and then he's going back down to having a bad game. So he sold
Nah,
my.
I can't wrap my head around.
It's
So
like
that's
Not this one.
those
I just
games
like
the offense wasn't
I was
going.
living
It's
with the
like the
Miles Turner
defense
one.
was still there.
I was living with the Miles Turner one. Okay, cool. At 5, all right. But putting Anthony Davis at 4 and Bam at 3 is crazy. At my 3, I
Man,
got
our three is Anthony Davis, bro.
my 3 is Anthony Davis.
I feel like we the two and the one, like we already know what it is. Mike don't even respect Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid, my second.
he's two.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Joel Embiid. Joel
definitely.
Embiid's 2, Jokic is 1.
We know who the number one is. It's like the top two. It's like that's a given. I feel like that's not even about to be a
And to be honest
contest.
with you, to be completely honest with you, the only thing that kept Embiid over Davis on my list was his MVP. Like,
I was about to. I had the same
I had to
thought.
give him his respect because granted he worked extremely hard for that. Like, he was available and he did what he was supposed to do in the regular season. So I give him his you feel me? I gave him his kudos for that. So I put him at 2 by
We
respect. And
we
realistically speaking, I wanted to put Davis at 2.
we gonna run straight into the fours. Like how we feeling? You just gonna take the
We can
momentum?
go, we can go to the fours.
All
All
right,
right,
Mike, you
Oh,
want to start? You want to
y'all
start
might
first this time?
I'll start. For 10, I got Kyle Kuzma.
That was my honorable mention. So we
not
close
low. Low? That's not low.
It's not.
for Kuzma,
Yeah, it's not low
I
for.
feel like
I don't.
bro. Kuzma ain't even make my list.
I think we're forgetting how many like power forwards are in the league right now, are considered power
Oh
forward.
God, bro.
Forward position is very stacked. So I don't think that's low
I
at
think
all.
our fours is gonna fluctuate. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think we're all
Definitely.
gonna be
Based on his reaction, like I already feel that way. My
Go
Mike,
ahead.
you wanna explain your 10 a little bit more?
Um, Kyle Kuzma to me finally found how like his identity as a player, and he was a 20 and 10 guy every night for the Wizards. Um, like he was just very productive last season, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that's necessarily going to stop, especially since he's going to be playing with JP. I think those two are going to like make some noise. I think JP is going to even help him at the same time. So I got Kyle Kuzma at the 10.
I agree. Like he was a really late scratch for me. I feel like the only reason he ain't make my list is because I had to revise some players. at their positions. But my 10 is Paolo.
Yo,
I feel
oh
like
my,
I feel like 20 out the gate. I feel like
yo,
20 out
me and
I
Harold
feel
really here with it. Like we really did, because I'm looking at the power forwards. I'm like, there's no way they let this man come into the league with 27-4 off the rip, though.
like off the
Like
rip.
off the rip is
He's
crazy.
already certified as his position, and I really only expect him to get a little bit more each year. I feel like if he starts really getting like a little bit more than the fundamentals in terms of defense at his position, then it's like he could really take that next leap. But like he already has the offense down pat. It's gonna be polished. I could already see
And
him being a 25, 27 point per game guy in the next
even
few years.
even still, like that was 20 and 7 on, like I feel like he could jump that field goal percentage a little
Like
bit
the
higher. Like,
efficiency can jump easily. This is just like it's
yeah,
literally this is the year he getting a
this
feel
is
for it.
first.
So
Yeah, like
if he start getting 46, 47, like forget it.
Yeah, his shot selection is beautiful. Like he has a great shot selection.
Like gorgeous.
I'm gonna be shocked where I have him, but
Like it's like homie, you want to add to that? Or you want to go to the 9?
nah, we can go to 9. At 9, and yeah, I know I don't even like him for real. But at 9, I got Cat. I got him. I got him at 9.
That's
my
not
honor,
low.
my honorable mention.
The only reason why I have him that low is because he only played 29 games.
I agree with you. I agree with you. I
And
agree with you.
and on top of that, it's like Cat's just not real to me. Like he's just not a real human. Like I'm not gonna lie to you. Like
See,
I
like
don't know.
he didn't make my list because like we all know Cat. No, he's an honorable mention. But listen, like he didn't make my list because we all know Cat is. We know Cat is talented and he's good, but like how Harold was saying last week or whatever week that was, how Bradley Bill did like
Mm,
he was doing went to nothing. Like it was like it went to nothing for him. It didn't mean anything. I think it's that with Cat. Like I think what Cat's been doing really doesn't mean anything to the league. You know what I'm saying? Or for his career in general. I think that Ant being with him is happened for him in his career. So that's why he's at my honorable mention and not on the list.
So who's your 9?
Wait, did Harold say his nine?
my 9 is Porzingis, bro.
My
I feel like you said that's your 9,
Porzingis was my honorable mention. I'm not gonna lie to you.
bro. I feel like his career is so weird, but he had such a like great season last year. Like granted, it was on the Wizards, but like I was impressed because he stayed healthy, and I feel like this is one of those seasons where I seen a little bit more like effort defensively in terms of like rim protection. And like now that he's going into Boston, I feel like he's going to be more motivated to like really impact winning.
right.
And I feel like if he just takes some of the momentum that he had from last year into this year, and like mainly just staying healthy, I feel like it'll be a lot more eyes on him in terms of seeing him as a star like those years in New York before he got injured.
Yeah, he's my 9. I agree with everything Harold said. I think for somebody who is has been trying to get better after his freak injury. And wait, I don't even remember the year, but after his freak injury in New
Oh, like
York,
2018.
in 2018, 2017, I think last year was definitely his best year. He was one of the best, if not the best pick and roll defenders last year, statistically. Um, and yeah, I just think his game is going to be a perfect fit for Boston. Because Boston never really had a big that has a nice mid post game like he does. So I think it's just gonna be a perfect fit for him. He's going to get his touches. In the zone, if teams play Boston in the zone, he's gonna be able to space the floor and play that middle perfectly. And not many people can like stop Porzingis once he's hot. So I think he's going to be I think power forward in the league.
You said you're 9, right?
Yeah.
All right.
I'll go
We going
So
to
we
the
going
8.
7?
Now we doing
Yeah,
8.
No, 8.
Yeah.
At 8, I got Jeremy.
Jeremy Grant?
Yeah.
That man did not make my list. I do not respect Jeremy Grant. I'm sorry. Not at all. No honorable mention, no nothing. It's like
Grant, bro.
Yeah.
You talk good. Wait.
I got Jeremy Grant at 8, bro.
he sucks.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Like throughout when him and Dame was together, like he had a good stretch. I forgot what month it was, but I feel like Jeremy Grant's like offensive game goes underappreciated sometimes because I feel like Jeremy Grant could really score the ball at a high efficient clip when he's locked in for. I mean, he shoots 47. He shoots 47% from the field, 40% from three. He's gonna get you 20, 21 and 5. So that's why I got him at.
I feel like he's just a role player that's like overstepping his bounds, bro. His best impact as a player was when he was like a third, fourth option. You feel me?
I don't think like he barely plays. Like he barely plays. Like I couldn't put him on the list. Like I don't think there's, especially last year, like I don't think there was enough of him to see. So
I mean, and y'all, you know how I feel. I'm like Mike. Like my number 8 is Julius Randle. I don't even care. Like I don't care about his All NBA. Like I look at the numbers
no,
and it's like it's cool. You know what I'm saying? But mind you, he stole a selection from Pascal Siakam. But I'm not even going to get into that. But I look at his numbers and it's like he's a good rebounder. Like I'll give him that. He's putting up 25. The 3-point percentage is garbage. It's dog water.
he can't shoot.
The field goal percentage is still good. Like he can finish at the rim, but it's like all his intangibles suck, bro. It's like, and then when it's time for the playoffs, it's like this. He's not a good player, bro. Like he's probably the biggest playoff dropper at his position. Like it's disgusting.
Absolutely, I agree.
Julius at what? 8?
8. I don't care, bro.
He's not even. Y'all know how I feel about Julius Randle. He's not even on my list. Like I agree with everything Harold said, but like I don't like with Julius. For me,
These lists.
Mike not having him on the list is not.
Nah, bro. He averages 26, 25 a game, bro. Like, what we doing, bro?
Okay.
On a winning team that he's contributed for.
That winning team this year that he got All NBA for was a lot of Jalen Brunson.
I mean, he needed support and he needed help.
I'm not saying he didn't need help. I understand he needed help, but like he's been to the playoffs before without Jalen Brunson. So like my thing is like I think Jalen Brunson is a lot of the Knicks' success. I think if Jalen Brunson isn't there, he can average 26 and they still wouldn't make the playoffs last year.
Nah, these lists about to get crazy. I'm
being real. Who's your 8, bro?
Julius Randle's 26 impacts winning for real. That's just me.
But you put Jeremy Grant on the list.
I didn't put Jeremy Grant on the list.
That was on my fault.
Yeah,
my fault.
It's not on the list.
Mike, who's your 8?
My 8, Trip J.
You bugging.
I'm handling him, bro. I'm handling him, bro.
I ain't taking that disrespect from my people.
That just blew me a little bit. I'm not even gonna lie.
You bugging out.
That's crazy.
My 8, my 7, and my 6 was hard. Like I think
wait. You said you had him at 8?
No, my 8, yeah. My 8, 7, and 6 was hard.
You think it's 7 other bigs at the 4 position that's better and more impactful than
Listen,
Jackson Jr.
it's two names. Like I didn't know like we were going to ignore some positions. So there's two names on here that shouldn't be on like the power forward list for real. So we gotta remember that I went strictly off the. So like
I feel like I know one of the names you're gonna say too.
like there's two people that's in front of him on this list that like last season really played the three, but I didn't like I went off the depth chart. So like I just want
Even still, I'm not gonna lie, no one at power forward, it's no way you was comfortable with even putting Trip at 8. Like I feel like that's really disrespectful. Like I feel like 10 through 7 is really interchangeable between a lot of players that's not really like solidified at their position. So for you to put him at 8 is kind of crazy in my opinion. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean
I get what Mike's saying though. I get what Mike's saying though, because I feel like it's really a specific player that I got on this list that like going into next season he's really going to be a 3, but like going off of like the piece of work that he had last year was really like being a 4. So I see what he's saying, but like even still like eight is like too much of a dip.
yeah,
For a D-boy,
he would have been higher. Like he would have definitely been higher, but I just think like these like here that I just think are like definitely like ahead of him, and they affect the game on at a high level on the defensive end and the offensive end. So like that's why I like they're above him. So
I ain't gonna lie. Wait, did you say you're 8, Harold?
Yeah, I said my 8. Yeah, we on 7.
At 7, I put Kyle Kuzma at 7.
My 7 is Cat. My 7 is Cat. I just
I
feel
feel like
no, go ahead.
I feel like Kyle Kuzma is gonna have a crazy jump this year, just for him solidifying who he is, like Mike said, as a basketball player, being confident in himself, and now knowing the role that he's gonna have going into next season. I feel like made it so much easier for his work in the offseason, and on top of that, building off of what he started last year was good. Like 21 and 7 with 4 assists at the 4 is super solid numbers, and you have a dynamic scorer and Jordan Poole coming in, where he's going to take a lot of the scouting report and defensive load off of you as far as teams helping and guarding you in different situations. But go ahead.
I mean, like for me, like obviously, like I can't really add to too much of what we touched on, but like he didn't play last year. I still don't like him I still don't like Cat at the 4. I feel like that took like a lot of adjusting for him. And like a lot of his negatives don't outweigh his positives. Like obviously he can score the ball. Like obviously, like statistic wise, he's probably like one of the best perimeter shooting like 7-footers. But it's just like he's in a weird place in his career where it's like I really don't even know how to feel about Cat no more. Like when he came into the Timberwolves, the energy was like this is about to be somebody's about to come in and save a franchise and have it built around him. And now he's already like second fiddle to like a 25-year-old. So it's like I don't even know like what this part of his career is about to look like. So yeah, that's my number 7.
for my number 7, this is one of the names that probably should have been at the 3. I have Andrew Wiggins.
Mm.
And
Yeah, that is the projected. Yeah,
I still don't have him higher than Trip, but go ahead.
he on my 3.
I have Andrew Wiggins higher than Trip at the 4 only because of the depth chart. But like as a basketball player, like granted, Andrew Wiggins is blessed to be able to play with Stephen Curry and Draymond and be coached by Steve Kerr. But like I think Andrew Wiggins, like the fact that he's good on the defensive end and can also be good at the same level on the offensive end, like I don't necessarily think Jaren Jackson is a great offensive player. That's why I feel like teams don't necessarily like. I don't know. I think teams prepare for Andrew Wiggins' offensive ability more than Jaren Jackson Jr.'s. On top
I
of,
feel like
but
that's where Andrew Wiggins gets off because like they're so worried about Steph and Clay that 9 times out of 10, one, he's gonna have the third best defender on him, and two, I just feel like if they want somebody to beat them, it's gonna be Andrew Wiggins. So the fact that he's capable of scoring the ball at the clip he's able to score the ball at is what keeps him there. But as far as on a defensive tip, like Jaren Jackson gets more looks as far as preventing him from doing this or preventing him from doing that than Andrew Wiggins does, in my opinion.
I mean defensive. It's like what do you mean? Because
like when a team comes in to guard Wiggins versus a team coming in to guard Trip, I feel like they're more prepared. They prepare for Trip more than they do for Wiggins.
I get that, but I also feel the same way about Trip that you feel about Andrew Wiggins. I think he's also getting the third best defender guarding him, just like Andrew Wiggins is at the same time. And Andrew Wiggins is scoring at a higher clip. If you want Andrew Wiggins to win the game, I'll take Andrew Wiggins to win the game before. Well, I don't want Andrew Wiggins to go win the game before Jaren Jackson does. And yeah, like I think he's good at multiple positions. He stays out of foul trouble. Trip is very he's a hack.
But Andrew Wiggins isn't a shot blocker, so like I feel like
he's not a shot.
The only thing, one of the biggest things for Trip being in foul trouble is just his timing and staying disciplined. That's the only thing.
He also jumps on a lot. That's what
I'm saying. His timing and discipline.
Andrew Wiggins isn't a shot blocker, but at the same time, he's 6'7", and he could get a block if he needs to.
That's true.
He can play the perimeter and he can play the interior because of his length.
Jaren Jackson could guard 2 through 5.
Yes, absolutely.
So,
Andrew Wiggins.
I don't think Wiggins could guard 2 through 5.
Andrew Wiggins.
I feel like if Andrew Wiggins to get switched on to Embiid or Jokic, he's getting killed.
And I think, but he can guard more positions than Jaren Jackson can. Put Jaren Jackson on Curry. I'm not Curry. I was about to say Curry. You put Jaren Jackson on Kyrie or Dame, or he's getting cooked before Andrew Wiggins does. And it's also because he's just a disciplined defender. Those guys are going to exploit that Jaren Jackson is not a disciplined defender.
Yeah. True.
Second with 3 fouls. So that's why I have him at 7.
Mm-hmm. My 7. I said my 7. We all said our 7. We good?
Did you say you said?
Yeah, my 7 was Cat. Yeah.
Yeah. 6.
My 6 is Wiggins, so we don't even gotta talk about it.
I got Julius at 6.
And that's defendable.
I feel like he's worked it. I feel like he's worked his way up to that. As much as like you can't put personal feelings into the rankings because I feel like that discredits their body of work. Like as much as I dislike Julius Randle and I don't really care for his game as much, he still impacted the Knicks getting to the playoffs, and he's an important piece for the Knicks. Like I said, with him averaging the numbers that he averaged last season with Jalen, what's bro name? Jalen Brunson. With Jalen Brunson being there, I feel like I just had a brain fart for a second. But for him to have the numbers that he had with Jalen Brunson being there with them, like I feel like they bounce off of each other.
Nah, come on, bro.
I feel like they play off of each other very well, bro. That's all I have to say about that.
Oh, shit.
My green 6, bro.
Oh, my 6. Yeah. My 6 is Siakam. My 6 is Siakam. What is that? Yeah, I think that's too low.
Yes.
Mike, you hurting me. You hurting me, man.
There's someone that should be at the 3. Like that's why, bro.
Nah, Siakam plays the 4 though, bro.
I know
it's not even 3 players better than him in his position, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
Oh, nah, he's not. I'm gonna warn you though. He's not in my top 3. I'm gonna be real with you.
I don't think he's the top 3 power forward. He's definitely not the top 3 power forward. But yeah, see,
It's like why I gotta be the big bad Raptors fan, bro. Go ahead, bro.
yeah, I would, but at the 5 and the 6 position, I was torn. I didn't know where to I didn't know how to necessarily rate. Siakam is my 6. I just think Siakam is he remained 20, 23, or 25 kind of guy every year. He's solidified as the problem on the Raptors. But it's ever since Kawhi left, it's I mean the Raptors in general took a dip since Kawhi left, but I feel like Kawhi leaving was supposed to just make him go ballistic, if you know what I mean. I I don't see a fire in Siakam. That's why I have him at 6.
Go ahead.
It's not, bro. I'm gonna give him his juice when it's time, bro. It's
On parlay, Siakam parlay.
see, man. Who we going to the 5s, bro? What's the 5s, bro?
Yeah,
I got Trip.
That Trip.
Trip is my 5 as well.
I feel like
go ahead.
I feel like Trip deserves to be at that 5 because one, like I said, 3 blocks a game, depoy. That's a huge accomplishment, and he deserved it last year. 2, with all the stuff that happened with Ja and Desmond Bain wasn't really showing. I'm not gonna say he wasn't showing up, but his numbers wasn't where I wanted them to be. Jaren Jackson took a huge he took a huge leap. There was a stretch. He was 25, 28, 31, 28, 37. He was going off throughout that stretch. So I feel as though he deserved to be in that top 5 list because he showed that he can score the ball. I just feel like he needs to do it at a more efficient and consistent level. But go ahead.
Brace yourselves. My 5.
Why does he do this?
This is another upside thing. My 5 is Banchero.
What the, bro? What?
It's like what?
Bro, you start saying anything. Wait.
Yeah, 5 is Banchero.
Top 5 in the. You're saying he's a top 5 power forward in the league.
Like I said this is more of an upside thing than just necessarily right now. I think, like I said, I said the first that I think Paolo Banchero is going to take his big leap next year. So I think definitely this season is going to be the season where he definitely reaches the top 5. So I just put him there now. Yeah, I have Paolo at 5.
It's crazy to me.
Go ahead. What's your 4, bro? What's your 4?
Oh, you said you got Trip at 5, right?
Yeah, I got Trip with you.
I'm not gonna lie. Looking at my list right now, I almost want to make an executive decision to switch my 4 and my 3, but I'm not going to. I got Pascal at 4.
I feel the same way with my 4 and 3.
I feel like
my 4 and 3, I made a reverse executive decision just because, as much of a fan I am, I expect a lot from my 3. And I feel like me and him on the same page, bro.
Now I feel like Pascal, like Mike said, when Kawhi left, I thought he was gonna go crazier than what he did to boost him into that him and Giannis type of fours. But he's still good. 24, 8, and 6 is great numbers. So I feel like he couldn't be any lower. But I feel as though he should definitely be higher on the list. because of the potential that I feel like he has as a basketball player. But
I feel like people expected him to take that Giannis leap. I feel like that was just like set him up for failure. I mean, like when he was with Kawhi, he was most improved player. He was putting up 17. It's like when Kawhi left, it's like it was pressure for him to take the jump, and it's like he's taking the jump. Like especially with the mediocre rosters that like continue to surround him and that aren't even like optimal for his game for real, for him to still be able to put up 24, 25 a game, to still get 8 rebounds, to still do to still shoulder a lot of the other playmaking that he shouldn't even really supposed to be doing. I feel like it's always just going to be like something that's going to be overlooked as because he's just like a leftover in like the era where the basketball that we were playing as a team was much more impactful and prominent. And so I feel like while it's fair to be low on him, I feel like the minimum to do in terms of like paying respect to his game is like you have to acknowledge he's at least a top 5 at his position. That's just how I'm feeling.
I 100% agree with you.
I'm looking at right now. I'm switching the names. My 4 right now is gonna be Zion. Like, and y'all gonna be surprised why. Y'all gonna be surprised why I switched to the 3.
See, this is just like the last list, bro, because I'm doing a math in my head. I'm like,
it's like something not adding up. I ain't hear a certain name yet. It's something not adding up.
Or I got Zion because like I think like Zion's game is like so good, but it's also like we don't get enough of it, and it doesn't seem like he wants it at the same time because we know how he doesn't work out necessarily. He's not eating the right things. So it's just like for me with Zion, it's just he just has to maintain better athlete habits, and all his drama that's going on with him. Hopefully that like he can stay. Hopefully,
bro.
he can stay and everything. Yeah, like I got Zion at 4.
Your 3 is Zion.
My 3 is definitely Zion.
My 3 is Zion as well. Go ahead.
I was on the same, like I wanted to put Pascal at the 3 just because of how spoiled we got of Zion's game and him not being there. But it's like I can't put him at 4. And
it's
I
like
know
when
I'm
he's
not
on the
even
floor, bro.
I'm not even
That's
a big
a
Zion
top tier
fan,
talent.
but it's like the numbers, it's not even about the numbers that he puts up for me. It's how efficient he is. Like it's almost like anytime the ball go up, it's going in.
Never hear him
Like,
talk nice about Zion.
you gotta chill. I just said, you feel me? You gotta put emotion and feeling to the side because I don't know how he's on his 3rd signature shoe, but we're gonna keep it. Feel me? We're gonna keep it how it is.
They just give anybody signature shoes for real.
He got more shoes than games played.
Not word.
Say he got
yeah, shooting 61% from the field, 26 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists.
second season 26 and 7. It's crazy.
Word. Like I feel like we just need to see him on the court. That's literally the only thing that's stopping him from being the player that everybody expects him to be.
He might be the only player. Like I give the benefit of the doubt because it's like when he's on the floor, it's just like I don't even know what to say.
Because that was the thing. Who else were we talking about that didn't play enough? Cat. When I said Cat was so low, like I feel like their two differences in not playing and how much they impact the game. I had to be biased to one side more because of the production that he puts on the floor. So that's why Zion's my 3.
I feel
Mike,
like
who's your 3?
Yeah.
Oh, my fault. Go ahead.
Nah. He gotta say the 3.
My word.
This is one of the guys that should have been at the 3. I went strictly off the depth chart. Jimmy is at the 3. Uh, I
I'm
got
not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie, you had to overlook
Even
that one,
still,
bro.
yeah,
even
like
still,
should
like
have,
Jimmy.
but like it's just like I can't like as much as I'm critical on Jimmy, I can't like get away from the fact that how impactful he is to winning.
Nah, facts, but it's like
But
Jimmy isn't a regular season player at all, though. Like,
yeah, but I get that. Like I know he's not a regular season player, and I wish he like if he was, Miami probably wouldn't have been in the play-in last year. But like my thing is just like uh every time he's in the playoffs, it's like his even though like we know his play in the regular season was because he doesn't really care about the regular season. Um, every time he gets to the playoffs, it's like his play just elevates to an unbelievable level.
not word.
Like I got him at the 3. It's just out of respect. I think he should have been like at the small forward position, but like it's the depth chart. I should have ignored it.
He on my 3 list. I feel like the top 2. I don't think it's going to be as consensus as the centers, but I have faith.
I think it should be.
I have
Should
faith. I have faith.
Okay, so can we say on 3 who our 2 is?
Oh, and 3 is crazy
On
because
3 is crazy.
I feel like Mike going to do something crazy.
I'm not.
I feel like. Wait, can I say? Can I feel like? I think we all have KD at 2.
KD's
Yes,
my 2.
he's my 2.
All right, all right, all right,
Okay.
all right, all right. Okay, okay. I got. I don't know, bro. I be getting scared sometimes.
Bro, like
Nah, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't. I thought Mike was gonna have Giannis at 2 and KD at 1. I'm gonna be real with y'all.
oh no, come on, bro. Like I was just saying last week how KD don't play no games, bro. Like let's chill on that.
I don't
Come
even
on.
think we got. I don't even think we
We
really
don't
got
need
to
to.
go over it. Like Kevin Durant is
Yeah,
Kevin Durant. He's
yeah.
old
I
now.
feel
He
like
don't play as
now.
much.
Never mind. We gonna wait. We gonna wait till we get there.
Giannis is
Let's go ahead and
Giannis.
talk
Like
about.
obviously, like
I don't. I
the
think Giannis.
playoffs was trash, but like it's his
I,
world still, in my opinion.
True.
Giannis been one of the best players in the league since about 2020. So
2019.
2019, facts. So that's all you got to say.
Where can we go to the small forwards list now?
This is a
Yeah,
good one. This is a good one. You feel me?
I start.
Yeah, y'all gonna be shocked at my 10.
Go ahead.
All
Yeah,
right.
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I got Keldon Johnson.
I love you. I love
I
you,
got
Hum.
I got
I
I got
love you, bro.
I got Keldon Johnson at 10. I'm gonna be
That's
real
my
with y'all.
10. That's my 10.
My honorable mention.
My honorable mention is MPJ.
Yeah, my honorable mention was MPJ.
Oh
Yeah.
my god. Go ahead, what it is.
I feel like because he plays on the Spurs, he doesn't get as much love and as much appreciation as he should. But him being in his 4th year, averaging 22, 5, and 3, like that's not entirely bad.
It's
And
like
on
he's
top of
so
that,
underrated, bro.
not word. Like I like the way he scores the ball too. You feel me? Like 45% from the field. I feel like his 3-point percentage could jump up within the coming years. But for a 10 on this list that I have, I feel like he deserves to be on the list. So
And like just like going off of what you said, it's just like for him to have the type of game that he has and to still not really have the 3-point shot down yet and to still be able to put
to
up
be that
the
productive,
22.
yeah,
Like granted it is on the Spurs, but I think like just the way that he goes about his shot selection, the fact that he still gets that 22 game, I feel like it's still impressive. I feel like obviously it's going to be more attention on his team now that he has Wemby, and now it's year 5. I still feel like he's only 24, so it's like it's still time for him to take a jump. And I feel like when he does, it might be at the right time for when Wembanyama really like start
I think
turning
it's
up.
gonna be. I think it's gonna be like his 6th, 7th year. He's
And
gonna take that.
if that happens the right way, then it's like the Spurs was really looking
Spurs are gonna
ahead
become
when they
relevant
got
again.
him. Feel
Yeah.
me? Mike,
Go ahead,
who's
Mike.
your turn?
Got Scotty Barnes at 10.
I ain't gonna lie, Scotty ain't make my list.
Bro, you already know. If Scotty not on my list, it's like
Scott,
Scotty ain't make my list.
to me, Scotty is 10 because I just feel like he's not getting what he needs from the Raptors. I don't I don't see the only huge flaw in Scotty's game is probably the 3-point shooting and the IQ. Um, but like still a young player, the IQ will come, and he's one of those young players who work at his game, and he tries to get better every year. So I think if coaching is right this year for him, and he gets more like respect from our office and the coaches and everything, I think uh he'll have a better season than he did last year for sure. But yeah, like I just think Scotty doesn't get all the respect he deserves from that Raptors team.
I agree. I agree in the fact that like I feel like like it was just clear, like especially last year, we was expecting him to take it up a notch. But like part of it was his aggressiveness. It wasn't really there.
Yeah,
But I really credit it to like how the overall team was lost last year. Like
right.
Nick Nurse lost the team and they was out there a lot of games where it probably would have been beneficial, like letting Scotty like work a little bit, especially down the stretch. He just wouldn't get the ball. Like Fred VanVleet would just not give him the ball. He would give it to OG, he would give it to Pascal. And like that really, if you just coming off winning rookie of the year, it's like you still need the touches to keep building. And he just didn't get that. So I feel like this year under a new system where the coaches already vocalized like if you're not open past the ball, like I expect him to really, and I expect him to take last season to heart because it was a disappointment on both parts. So I mean, like I hope he takes the jump to where he could be a top 10 small forward, but like for me personally, it's like I don't think we got to see it yet. Home,
Nah, facts.
what's that 9?
I got Middleton at 9.
I'm not even mad at it. I'm not even mad at it.
He's
Um,
a little higher for me.
I couldn't put him any higher. One, because of the games played last year and him getting back into the flow of playing again.
Mm-hmm.
And two, I feel like I couldn't not put him on the list because of how he ended the season, averaging 24 in the playoffs. Like you see him starting to get back to that groove. And on top of that, with Dame coming over there, I feel like his job is going to be even more easy. Like I feel like he's going to turn back to how he used to be more so. I think he's going to get more spot up shots rather than having to create as much because of Dame being there and Giannis having the same amount of touches that he's going to have. So I feel like his numbers should, if not go higher than what it was before, I feel like his numbers should get back to where they were. And yeah, that's why I got him at 9.
My 9 is probably the closest I'm gonna get to a Mike 4D chess upside pick, and my number 9 is Franz Wagner because I'm very high on this player right here, bro. I'm so high on this player right here, bro. Second year, 18 and a half points per game. The man was shooting 48% from the field, one of the best defenders for his age. And I just it's like I already like what I see so much. And it's like he's in an environment where it's like it's all about growth. So it's like if he's already doing this in like year 2, then it's like what is it about to look like in year 4, 5, 6? You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's my 9. Said everything perfectly.
Mhm.
I just think that right now is perfect for him to just better. Like you said, he's one of the best defenders at his age. He's very active with his hands and everything. Um, Complete offensive game. Uh, One thing I just would like to see him get better at is more so like a better shot creating. Like he's not terrible at it, but I feel like if he gets more of his identity of how he wants to get to his spots. That like the for him. Yeah, like I just like Harris said, I'm high on this player. I'm high on that Magic's duo and Franz Wagner. So yeah, so he's my 9.
We're going into them 8s. What you got?
At 8, I got Lori.
That's kind of that's like a tad bit low for me.
I think that's a little low. I ain't gonna lie.
The only reason
How
why
you feeling about that?
the only reason why I have him that low is because the numbers, the people above him, either one, I think impacts winning and is gonna have a better year than him, or two, they're already solidified their spot in their role. So I just feel like the Jazz not being a serious organization, like the the numbers that he's putting up, you can't discredit them. Like he's averaging 26, 9, and 2, but it's like for what? So it's like, in my opinion, like he's a great big, 7-footed. I can handle the ball, shoot the ball. But I couldn't put him any higher on my list. So
My 8 is Chris Middleton. A lot of the same reasons that you were saying before. I feel like you said, like for a second, like I was thinking about leaving him off. I'm not even gonna hold you because like when he stepped back on the floor, it was just so bad. I was like, this is not even the same player. But and when he got to the postseason, like I was watching them games and I was like, okay, there's Chris Middleton. So it gave me hope. Like it might not be when he was making all-star teams, but I still think he can like really get back into a rhythm where he can still be a good fraction of that same player. So I couldn't really quite put him on like the higher half of the list, but I feel like he still deserved to be my number 8.
Yeah, everything Harold said with y'all know how I was on Chris Middleton even the injury, but like part of him being my 8 is also because of what Harold said, how he was able to pick a little bit on playoff, and also just because I don't necessarily like I never really believed in Chris Middleton to be like Middleton. But I think I couldn't put him higher or lower, so I got him at 8.
How much for 7?
um at 7, I got Andrew Wiggins.
Mm.
Um
Oh yeah, I
great
meant the
two-way play,
3.
great two-way player. Can score the ball at an efficient clip. Um his importance to the Warriors is very, very important because of, like I said earlier, because of how well of a player he is and how he can take care of the ball. Go ahead.
My 7, and this might be a little low for y'all, but y'all know me, so y'all know it's coming from love. My 7 is DeMar DeRozan. Um, he can still put the ball in the basket, but it's just like now he's older. The man is he just turned 34. He's still not impacting winning. He's still a cone on defense. And like that's really like my main thing throughout his career is like he never got the 3-point shot. And then it's like as big of a star as you are, to really just put no effort on the defense is like it's like and now that you're older and now that there's younger stars that are coming up at your position, like getting to where you are, it's like I can't in good faith keep putting you top 3, top 5 if it's just
I'm
like
not gonna, I'm not gonna lie. That's too low for me
I'm
with
sorry,
DeMar.
I'm sorry,
That's
bro. Like
extremely low. Coming off what, a year ago, 2 years ago, him almost putting up like
Yeah,
MVP like numbers.
yeah.
but that was then. Feel me?
But the Bulls organization this year just wasn't a good year in general. Like I just think
Right.
to look teams just having a bad year in general affecting the players at the same time. But my 7 is Klay Thompson. My 7 is Klay Thompson because he's just not
Wait,
the.
wait. Hold on.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know. I love it.
It's not even that. Oh my god.
Nah, he
I don't
did depth
even,
chart, but
I
like
don't even
even
have
still,
Klay.
Klay
I don't even.
Thompson, I see a no list from me. I'm sorry.
But,
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Klay is not on my list.
I
but
see a no list from me, bro.
Klay it's 7 for me. I think I forgot how much he averaged last year. It was around 20.
I think it was like 21.
Yeah. Uh, for me coming back for his first full season after those 2 bad injuries, and I think are the worst injuries for shooters to have.
100%.
I think those are
41% still.
I think that's very solid. And for him to be able to still slide on defense and be a okay defender is highly overlooked. So I just think like he's also getting older, but at the same time, I just think like Klay is going to be like okay as long as he's able to put that ball in the basket, and he did that last year. So this is more so me giving respect to him because he was able to come back and still be good for the Warriors after those 2 traumatic injuries that he had years prior.
That's
What's
fair.
your?
That's fair.
That's how you wrote.
I said my 7, yeah.
What was your 7?
DeRozan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. My 6, I got Mikal Bridges.
It's like
I got Mikal Bridges. I'm sorry. Like I
it's
said
like it's
before.
like in good faith, I couldn't put him at the 3.
So where
Wait, you?
He's on my 2 list, bro. Because it's like in Brooklyn, he was playing the 2 all year.
I can't see him as a 2.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Mikal Bridges, like, he's a super solid player. Great multi positional defender. Um, he also shoots the ball at a high clip, and I feel like he's gonna be able to impact winning for the Nets as long as they continue to do their job to put the right pieces around him. Because we seen him win them games, and for him to average 20 and 4 rebounds, 3 assists, like I feel like he's only gonna build on that coming into the season. So I can expect a big leap from Mikal Bridges
My 6
this year.
is marketing. My 6 is marketing, and it's over DeRozan just because like nobody. I don't think a single soul expected Larry Marketing to go into Utah and start spazzing the way that he did.
Now I'm
I
not gonna
feel
lie to
like
you. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I'm not gonna say I expected him to spaz as much as he did, but I knew he was gonna be able to put up those type of numbers just because of the type of player he was for the Bulls. Like if you looked at like the way he was scoring the ball and the way he was getting to spots, all he needed was more touches and a better situation for him. So yeah,
I
that's
feel
why.
like
That's how.
I feel like for me, when he made the switch to Cleveland, and I was still seeing the same patterns, I think I kind of checked out. So for me, to see him take a jump to averaging like 10 more points per game, and still, and he's rebounding the ball better too,
Yes.
and it's just like, and he's maintained his shooting consistency while still upping his field goal percentage. Now he's almost a 40% 3-point shooter. And then on top of all of that, being 7 feet tall, he shot 50% from the field.
Yeah.
So it's like if you're that much of a efficient shooter, it's like I have to give you your respect. And like granted, like DeMar DeRozan was shooting 50% from the field too, but he didn't have a range and he's not as tall, so it's easier. So it's like for him to see Lowry like make that jump and then like hold it. I was just super impressed. I had to give him his love for that.
Yeah, I got Laurie at my 6 too. I think Nahum saying that he's on the Jazz and how it doesn't really mean nothing is unfair because like for certain players, um I feel like for certain players, okay, that we can use that um uh what's the word I'm looking for? Like we can use that ideology,
Yeah.
but um for Lori, like it's not his fault that he was on the Jazz necessarily. Like no one expected it to be his team really. I think everybody was more so looking towards Jordan Clarkson more than Lowry for real. I think
People was looking at Colin Sexton
I was
when
about
the
to say,
trade
I thought it was
happened.
gonna be Colin. I thought it was gonna be Colin Sexton. I'm
And
not gonna
mind you,
lie.
like going after the Donovan Mitchell trade, mind you, we thought a lot of people, it was consensus like the Jazz was supposed to be easily the worst team in the West, and they was
yeah,
not, and
and
that
it
was
was
because of Lowry.
they had the best record in the West at one point. So yeah, like I just can't.
But I don't like. I'm not saying when I said that I didn't really mean for it to be his fault. I was just saying it to the point where like it's not really gonna impact anything because of one, the West being as stacked as it is,
Right?
and two, he doesn't have the pieces around him. So it's like he's just going out getting 30 every. Like I said, it's not his fault, but he's just going out getting 30 every game. So I feel like it would have been discrediting him if I didn't put him on my list, but I couldn't put him any higher on my list.
I think he's anywhere else. He's affecting. I think
Definitely.
he's anywhere else other than Utah. I think he's affecting winning for sure.
High five here,
I got DeMar at 5.
and that's fair. That's fair.
I mean,
Um,
I don't really feel like it's anything that needs to be said about DeMar being at 5. Like he's just been consistently good. He just I don't know. Like Harold said, for him to be in this league for so long and him still not really develop a 3-point jump shot is one of the biggest reasons why I feel like he's not really one of them ones as far as taking his team farther and impact and winning in the playoffs. So that's
my
my take.
my 5 is Brandon Ingram. I know on the depth chart it had him as a 2, and he did play a lot of 2 towards the end of the year, but it's like that man's a small forward, bro. And like for Brandon Ingram,
He's on my 2 list, but go ahead.
yeah, for Brandon Ingram, it's like he's in the twilight zone, kind of. Like
Mm-hmm.
he's putting up these numbers, and it's getting overlooked, and it's just because like he got he got thrown into this opportunity in New Orleans, and like that first year was really good. He got to the All-Star game, and then it's just been all over the place since then. But it's tough for him because it's not even his fault. It's just like his running mate just is not available. And so like when it falls down on him, a lot of the people are already checked out, like they already writing him off. And it's like he can do what he does, but the way that he plays his game, it's not really a I'm gonna carry the team type of guy. He's more of a I'm a keep the offense afloat type of player. Like he'll find his
Yeah,
spot and he'll get a bucket when it's time. But it's just like in the team has to be with him for him to be his best. And we just haven't seen the Pelicans be with Brandon Ingram for a while. And so he's just been in a weird spot in his career. But I still feel like he's a top 5 player at his position.
My 5. Defensive Player of the Year. He was a runner-up behind Marcus Smart in 2022.
Wait, who did you say?
Yeah, who's your 5?
I said Mikal Bridges.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And then now we're seeing his offensive game elevate. I don't think that's going to stop. So now we're going to see him be one of the two-way elite players in the league. And I just think he's going to take another leap this year in terms of that. And now we get to see a full like season of him being the guy.
I agree. I agree with you. I feel like, and we talked about this when we was talking about the teams. I feel like it's just a matter of seeing like if he's ready to
Yeah.
to take a jump that big. Because it's like obviously when he was in Phoenix, like as a third option, a fourth option, sometimes it's like we saw like the glimpses of him being able to get a shot for himself. Obviously, like he was already super valuable as a role player, but now that he's
Hmm.
the guy, it's like, is he going to adjust to really being a full fledged like two-way star where he keeps up his elite level of defense while still being able to uphold some sort of offensive consistency. When in the NBA nowadays, when you're a first option, you gotta really average upwards of 25 to really like get somewhere with the team. So that was just like my biggest thing going into this year for him.
What we at? We at the fours.
Yeah, we have to force.
I got Jimmy at my four.
My poor Jimmy too. Feel me?
I had to put Jimmy. I had to put Jimmy at the four. Um,
Should have never
and the
listened to.
playoff and the playoffs he top and the playoffs he top too.
The playoffs he top two. Bro,
But
Jimmy, it's like he's so weird to me, bro. Like I
yeah,
never I never looked down on Jimmy Butler as a player, but it was like especially when he moved to Miami, I would look at how he plays throughout the season. I'd be like, man, this is just such a weird player because it's like he plays, it's like he'll play three quarters, like he wants to average 15, 10, and 10. And then when it gets to the fourth quarter, he played like he averaged 30 a game. And it's like some games down the stretch, it's like which player we about to get. And then when the playoff comes, it's just like it's a whole different thing. So I feel like as like odd as his game as a whole is, it's like he becomes so undeniable when it matters. It's like that's easily like a top five player at his position. But I just couldn't put him higher than four.
yeah.
I should have never listened to that death track. Um, but my four is DeMar DeRozan. Um, DeRozan, DeRozan has just been too good for so long
Hmm.
to me. Yes, he hasn't developed a 3-point shot. Um, but I just think for him to be able to average one season what he was averaging like 27 at one point,
Yeah.
and I just think average 27 and only like shooting mid ranges consistently is just amazing to me. And taking mostly twos, but he's averaging 27, and it's not like he's getting to the line a lot. Like
Now we're those are hard 27 points. Like
that's a hard 27 points. Like that's bucket getter. Like to me, that's a bucket getter. Like so I can't for me like I can't see him as anything under top five. I think he's better than everybody under four on this list. So that's why I have him at number four.
I feel like the three is consensus in my opinion.
I got I got Kawhi at my three.
I got
That's that's my
all
three. That's
right,
my
all right. As like, all right, okay, all right, good. We don't got it's not too much to talk about Kawhi. We know who Kawhi Leonard is as a player. Obviously, his biggest hurdle is just staying on the floor.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't really even think he cared about staying on the floor anymore.
no.
Even last year, like he was out and then he came back and he played them two playoff games and he looked like the best player on the floor each possession,
Or
and then he got hurt again. I feel like that's just the tail of Kawhi Leonard at this point. And like I understand like if some people would use that to like put him lower on the list, but it's like he's already so solidified like as a player. It would just be so disrespectful to not even give him that type of credit, even if he plays like a quarter of the season. So
Not word.
so that's obviously why he's the 3. I feel like the 2, I'm gonna make Michael proud with my top 2. But
My two. I'm gonna be real, Drew. My two.
what's
I
your
got
2?
like. I'm gonna be real.
Do it,
It was
bro.
so hard. It was hard for me to really do this
Join
because
us.
because of the respect.
It wasn't hard.
Hold on. Let me finish talking before you start jumping up and down. Um, I just feel like he's been dominant for so dominant for so long and so undeniably number one for so long that it was just hard for me to actually finally admit it. But I got Braun at 2.
This Michael Super Bowl. You feel me?
I got Braun at 2. I
This
got
Mike
JT.
championship, bro.
I got JT at 1. JT worked his behind off at getting to that number 1 spot and solidifying himself
Yeah,
as the
like
best forward in the league.
granted, LeBron is only number 2 because he's old now. Like he just can't and like he's still like so dominant at his age, but like it's just not what it once was. So like granted, this is a lot to do just because it's his age.
And
But
to be honest with you, for him to be at this age, he really shouldn't even be at 2. But because of who LeBron James is, like, there's
that's
no way he falls. There's no way he falls under 2.
but
It's like, yeah, go ahead.
but like I also just feel like Tatum has shown up against LeBron since he was a rookie. So like bro, like like I don't know why y'all like he has
No,
like
because I'm not saying
Cause
he
it's just
hasn't,
nah,
but
you just live in a
that's
moment
not
right
my
now,
reason.
bro.
That's just not my reasoning. You feel me? For why I got him above Bron. I just feel as though, like I said, he worked his way to be number 1. He's shown why he's number 1 on multiple levels and multiple stages that he's been in his career. Um, I just need him to get over that last hurdle. That's my biggest thing with Tatum.
I feel like my reasoning, my sole reasoning really was just that like LeBron is LeBron, but now it's like it's the games. Like the games are starting to catch up to him. Like now we starting to see him in like consecutive seasons where it's like he's missing 30, 40 games. And now it's just like yeah, it's getting to that point where it's like I can't really I can't really say you're the best at your position night in and night out when you're not on the floor no more.
True.
And then like on the other side of that, it's like Tatum is just like exploding into like peak form, and it's just like beautiful basketball night
Was
in
it
night
year
out.
6? Year six,
Yeah,
7?
year
7.
7, I think. So it's like, and it's like every year, it's like something gets better, and he's already such a complete player. It's like, bro, it's like I'm looking at the numbers, and it's just like, how can you not? It's like it's so undeniable. Like 30 a game, and he'll still give you 10 rebounds and he'll still
Yeah,
give you 5, 6 assists. It's like, come on, bro. And then like that whole team is winning and have been winning consistently. It's like
Yeah.
this is the type of player who you look at and you're like, this is the best guy you could get at this position at this time right now.
yeah, like I said, like I just think Jason Tatum has proved that he's been one of the best for a minute in the league. In my opinion, he's been the best at his position since 2020.
What'd you say?
I said he's been the best at his position since 2022. That was the year they went to the finals. I think he's been the best at his position since 2022. I don't necessarily see how you can deny that. I think
I just had to think about that. I had to think about that season.
one thing that is obvious, but one part that is I think is very overlooked about his game is how good he is defensively. He can easily guard 1 through 4. Um, uh, yeah, like you don't get many guys who can defend as well as he can play the offensive side of the ball in the league. And he just gets better at it every year. Like Harold said, his numbers just get better every year, getting better at a certain aspect of the game every year. Um, I think another thing that's going to get a lot better this year. It's his playmaking and definitely his finishing. Now that he's 225 pounds, so we're never going to get a 40% 3-point shooter out of him again.
That's my one thing. It's like each year he be getting stronger. It kind of hurts me a little bit because it's like
I'm not gonna lie though. I don't think the shooting has nothing to do with him getting stronger. I feel like it has everything to do with him not going to get that surgery. Because if you look at his numbers, usually beginning of the season is like he shoots the ball very well, but later down the line with the wear and tear of the game, like then now he has to start taking the shots for his wrist, and now he has to start like I feel like him not properly treating it when he's supposed to is what's keeping him from elevating his shooting numbers.
Honestly, last season was the only season where that really happened. Because like usually the only reason why Tatum wasn't in the MVP talk since 2022 is because he started off slow. Like until the All-Star break, that's when he picked it up for real. Really the whole Celtics team picked it up after the All-Star break for real. So like honestly last year, like it was the opposite. Like he started off hot and then after the All-Star break, I want to say from like
I feel
February.
like that had to go ahead, my fault.
Right.
I feel like I said, I just feel like that had to do more so with his wrist and him. Like he's getting older now. He's starting to realize, like, especially with the team that he has. What'd you say?
I was only 25.
Nah, when I say that, I'm talking about experience wise and like how probably like Braun or KD talks to him, like as far as prepping your body for, like he knows he's making the playoffs every year. Like he knows he's making the playoffs. So like just the amount of wear and tear that he puts on his body going so hard after the All-Star break, I feel like he needs to find a common ground between, because Tatum doesn't miss games.
He doesn't.
Tatum plays full season. So him finding the common ground where not him taking like plays off or like him taking games off where he's not going as hard, but him finding that balance between where how he can rest and still play, but be able to be efficient and the Jason Tatum we know. So
Jason Tatum, man. You know what I'm saying? I've been a long time.
LeBron, we love you.
We love you, LeBron. But shout out to Jason.
But the triangle offense best small forward is Jason Tatum.
Drake album sucks.
this guy.
Hey man,
Drake
thank you. Thank you for watching another episode of the Triangle Offense Podcast. Next week we're gonna be together again. We're gonna have the guards for you. It's gonna be a lot crazier. Of course, if you like the podcast, make sure if you're watching on YouTube, make sure to like and subscribe. If you're listening on audio, make sure to rate that 5 stars.
Make
If
sure
you
you
like the
tell
content,
a friend.
tell a friend to tell a friend. Follow us on our Instagram, the Triangle O Pod. Follow us on TikTok, TTO Pod. And we're going to see y'all next week, man. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for listening.
Appreciate
Peace
y'all.
out.
Let's go.